This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
Hello and welcome to episode 47 of Too Old to Game. I'm your fear-filled host, Dave Oster. Sitting across from me right now is the original man-child himself, Ricky Widmer.
What's up, guys?
Can't dub those E's today. Mark Weber is prepping for a big life event.
Wow.
But we will stride on without him because guess what? It's our favorite time of the year. Favorite time of the year.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was pretty good too. But guys, we are upcoming on the E3 weekend, upcoming on our 1-year anniversary of Too Old to Game, getting hyped over that. But guess what? We've got great news this week already. Not only have we had the Pokemon Direct for Sword and Shield, which we will be talking about this episode, but just today, the Google Stadia announcement. I know it's Stadia, but you're going to work with me on this one, people.
Dave has to throw it in there so people don't
bother correcting
Stadia.
Me. Don't bother correcting me. I know what it is, and I'm going to continue to call it Stadia because it sounds way more elegant, way cooler, a little bit exotic, just peppered in on top. And that is really the big news of the day. So before we get into that, I just want to throw out there real quick, if you do enjoy our content and you do want to support us, check us out on patreon.com. The $1 tier gets you into our Discord, gets you the early mock drafts if you love sports. That's huge. The early big boards, all that early access to our Most Valuable Podcast episode that goes out. Basically, it's our off-the-wall, whatever we've got going. We're just going to talk and jam.
Jake and I talking about NBA draft in the Discord server. You could be doing that. Oh, my God,
the Discord shit's been...
You could be doing
I love that. I love our Discord.
But the one thing I was going to ask you, probably should have asked you before we hit record.
Maybe.
Are we going to announce what we're going to be doing this weekend for gaming content? Or potentially
I don't know
doing?
How soon is this coming out?
This is tomorrow.
Oh, this is coming out tomorrow?
Yeah,
then
so Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys should check out. We're going to be live streaming a couple times this weekend.
Do you want me to give you the exact times, Dave?
No, I don't. Okay. It's a surprise, bitches. No. Well, Ricky will give you an announcement video individually for that. Okay. That'll be coming out on our channel. That makes way more sense to me. So we will be going live, giving you our E3 watching party, I guess, viewing party, whatever you want to call it. We'll give you commentary as E3 is going on. I'm going to have a ton of fun. I'm super excited about it, Ricky. We're sitting there, eating some food, drinking some water.
I can't wait.
Enjoying nerd news at its best.
This is going to be the best weekend ever, Dave.
It's going to be dope.
It's just going to be you and I hanging out in the studio watching games.
Yeah, this studio's going to smell awful by the end of that day. I pray to God the AC keeps pumping because it is a cool 60 degrees in here right now, and I am loving every minute of it. It probably closer to about 68, 69.
I'm not sweating, so that's a good sign.
Outside's like 80 with muggy.
Yeah, it felt cooler when we first walked in. 2 hours. I was like 2 hours before we record. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool out. And then I went back outside as I'm like, fuck, it's hot out.
It got muggy. I love the muggy. But you guys aren't here to talk about muggy weather. You guys are here.
Weather in general.
Weather in general. We're not a weather channel. But we're here to talk about gaming news. And today, Google Stadia came out and we're like, hey, guys, you guys are pumped for us. We had a great time testing out with the Google stream for Assassin's Creed. We covered this way back when I first got access right after Christmas. And the big news today is that, look, we're going live, multiple platforms. You can play it on, Google Pixels. You can play it on your browser. You can play it on tablets. You can play it wherever you want. You have access to it. The big thing, though, they've got games now. We actually have a small catalog of games available. We'll get into the data requirements, the pricing, and the bundle package.
Do you want me to read off the whole list?
I want Ricky to read off the list of games that will be available.
So, according to Kotaku, because they've got a nice little graphic here, it's going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Good game. Good game.
Guilt, which I'll be honest, they had a trailer in the press conference today. I was super. That was the one where I'm like,
it's unique,
Is this going to be cross-platform? And it was like, no, it's fucking Stadia only. So I'm like, great. Now I got to get a Stadia, at least for that little time.
Stick with Stadia.
To get Guilt, because it looked cool as hell. Doom Eternal, Darksiders Genesis, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Destiny 2, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Samurai Showdown, with no W, by the way, just S-H-O down.
Showdown.
Trials Rising, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Rage 2, Ghost Recon Breakpoint with the Punisher.
That was pretty interesting.
Thumper, the Tomb Raider Trilogy, Borderlands 3,
Hype,
The Elder Scrolls Online, NBA 2K, Mortal Kombat 11, Just Dance 2020, Farming Simulator 19, The Division 2, Get Packed, Metro Exodus, Grid, Final Fantasy 15, and then Baldur's Gate 3.
Big news.
That's
Baldur's
a lot of
Gate
games.
3 is huge. There's a lot of good titles in that grouping though, and I think that was the big question coming in because
What games are you going to have?
games were going to be there? What is going to be supported? You know, Assassin's Creed is a fun game. You enjoyed the hell out of it. I enjoyed watching people play it.
But it's already an old game.
It is an old game, which is a concern, and that's several of these are. But the thing is, they've got the future. They've got Borderlands 3 going on there. They've got Baldur's Gate 3, which I am extremely hyped for because if you guys didn't know, Baldur's Gate is an amazing series, great lore. I really trust the guys who are making it, producing it, building out that game, and it is going to be epic. Yeah, I think that this is the biggest thing they could do is come out here and make a strong push and be like, look, I know you guys are concerned because it's like, well, you know, technology-wise, this is something really never been done before. All the hardware, for those of you who don't know how Google Stadia works, is you are just accessing their servers through your browser. You are just going to reach out via your internet connection and be able to run games at an incredible resolution, awesome, crisp, clear gameplay, and you don't need anything to support that. You just need your web browser to play through it and their controller. The big thing is internet speeds, and a lot of people are like, well, how accessible is this to everyone in the world? So at their highest rate for 4K HDR video, 60 FPS, 5.1 surround sound, they're saying that the minimum cap available is 35 down. And 35 down is not hard to get at all. We're in the Midwest, and even far out in the burbs, you can get that easily. I know there's going to be some remote locations where you won't be able to get that maybe, but that's okay because guess what? At 20, you can still get 1080p. At 10, you can still get 720p, which means and it's not only 720p, but 720p with 60 FPS, so you're not going to get choppy gameplay.
Yeah.
You're not going to have slideshows going in front of you. No PowerPoint shit. And that is what's most exciting is that this isn't super demanding. This is actually super accessible in my mind to, I want to say, a vast majority of people in the U.S. I know other countries will have different standards, and we'll see that as it expands. They do have a limited country listing where it is at, I think, 12 or 14 countries available. But the thing is as it continues to roll out, infrastructure in place, this is going to be easier and easier for remote locations to get access to.
For me, the big thing that I was thinking of is there's two things with Google Stadia. Is number one, I wonder if this is does it look really good on paper, but when we actually get to it in practicality, it's not going to be as great as we want it to be. And that's not like me like trying to hate on it. It's just we've never seen this before. So I don't know what to expect, and how many times have we seen something where it's like, man, on paper, this was amazing.
Yep.
But in practicality, it doesn't work. I know they're like, oh, well, you'll get everything from our servers. All right. What's going to happen when your servers get tested, though? Like, are they going to have now until, because I believe online, because you can, as of today, could pre-purchase the Founders Pack.
Correct.
Which I believe gives you 3 months of the Stadia Pro membership. It gives you the Chromecast Ultra.
Yep, which supports 4K.
A Stadia controller.
The exclusive Stadia controller that is, I want to say
Black.
Midnight Blue?
Midnight Black.
No, it's a blue.
I think it's a black.
It's a blue, sir.
Okay. Black, blue, same thing.
It's a dark color, and I believe it is a blue.
Because I know the three that they showed were white, black, and then wasabi.
Right, and that is why this controller for the Founder Pack is not any of those three colors.
Point is, you get a controller. Destiny,
Sorry.
A copy of Destiny 2 along with the Shadowkeep expansion.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I think is the most important thing to the Founders Pack is not only do you get a 3-month subscription to Stadia, you get a 3-month buddy pass. So it's like, hey, I don't have to play by myself. I can toss these first 3 months to a friend. Now, after the 3 months,
they can choose to continue.
Is that friend going to say, yeah, I'll continue and play this? Because, we're very gassy today, a little burpy today.
So gassy.
Because, I mean, the price is a thing where it's not expensive as like PlayStation Pro is like $400 to $500.
Yeah.
The special edition one for Spider-Man. This is a lot cheaper than that. The controller's only about $70. It's about $10 a month for that, or for the Stadia Pro service. I just wonder if this is something that is practical on paper, but when we get in actual, like, many people start doing it, will we get to a point where it's like, wow, we didn't expect our servers to be crashed
it's
this
Google,
hard?
man.
I get that too.
I have no fear over their technology. Like, Google's a company where if they're going in, they're going all in. Even if they're going to fail, like, it's Google. They just pulled the shit on Google Plus.
Yeah.
After how many years of that being a subpar service, after the features had been pulled out of that and added into other Google services, like, I truly believe that they are server farmed up, and that, if they get a lot of founders people, they're going to reinforce that money back out to the servers, make sure that, hey, look, higher than expected, let's prep for a release date. Like, I have no concerns technologically with Google. My concerns are for the gaming and the adoption rate, because let's be honest, gaming today is single player is nice, but you want to play with your friends. And right now, Google Stadia is only cross-platform or cross-play with itself. There are rumors of, hey, we'll let you play with Sony in the future. Xbox, no, nothing mentioned, nothing said.
Xbox is the one that I have no problem with, though, because
you don't have one?
No, it's not that. I feel like if there's going to be cross-play with Google Stadia, that Xbox is going to be like, cool, we're in. And it's like, no questions asked. It's the PlayStation side of it, because I know they mentioned, like, oh, if you already have I think it was they were talking about the Division.
Yeah.
If you already have an agent, you can switch your port over, but down at the bottom it said for PlayStation, pending PlayStation approval.
Yeah.
And that's all if PlayStation wants to play ball. The second thing that I just want to throw out there, games. I know we got a lot of games, but there's one thing that looking at these games doesn't really hit me like it should.
Yeah.
The exclusive ones. Were mainly, right now, the big ones, like they showed today. The Tom Clancy game for Division 2 and Ghost Recon, you can get that on other systems. Assassin's Creed can get that on other systems. Rage 2, other systems. Destiny 2, other systems. To where I feel like I don't think Google Stadia is trying to be like, hey, we want to be the only thing. I think they want to be like, hey, we know when you're at home or something, you might play on your PlayStation, but what about when you leave your PlayStation? You can continue your game playing with us.
Yeah.
The question is, are they going to get that crossplay? And if they don't, what exclusives are they going to get for people to say, I need a Google Stadia, and make it worth the $9.99 a month?
I'm sorry, $9.99 a month is basically nothing. Like, at this point, every subscription ever is $9.99 a month or more. So I don't give a shit.
For us, but depending on who it is, that person may be like, hey, I've got other services that I use. Like, let's say they've got Hulu and Netflix. Where do you draw the line?
Barrier of entry. If you're looking at this as how am I going to get people off of Xbox and PlayStation,
which you're looking at it wrong.
Yeah. I'm looking at this for people who, hey, I don't have the money to buy a souped up PC. I don't have the money to buy a full PlayStation 4 Pro for $500, but I can afford $9.99 a month, and I've got a Chromecast. So like, let's go. I can play whatever I want, looking beautifully. That is their market of entry. They're looking at people who don't have the needs, or maybe prefer not to spend their money in that way, and they can get them in the door gaming with the highest quality gaming content,
or the people that without
making them suffer. Yeah,
where it's like, hey, I don't have to pack my PlayStation up. I can just put my Google Stadia controller. Yeah, put my Chromebook and my Google Stadia controller in my bag, and boom, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. It is all about ease of access and ease of entry. Those are the big things that make the Google Stadia attractive to me. I don't give a shit about exclusive. I'll be honest with you. As a gamer, that is not. I don't feel that they're focusing on that, and I don't feel like that we should be focusing on that, because yes, Sony has exclusives. Microsoft has been trying to get better at doing exclusives. Google is like, look, we're gonna blow the gates off this whole like you need to have an RTX 2080 to be able to play games with max graphics. F that. You need to have an internet connection that is a standard for most metro areas around the U.S. and even in the suburbs, easily accessible stuff. And that is for me the only thing that matters about what they're doing is as long as they keep up with new gaming releases. I want to make sure, I don't care if they get an exclusive, I want to make sure they continue to add to this library, because if you know, like you said, release, I think it was about 20 to 30 games that they will be having, they're already on the books for. So as long as they're able to continue to add new games, and as long as those games are updated at the same rate that other consoles are updated, because if, you know, Borderlands 3, if they're doing updates for Borderlands 3 and, you know, maybe PS4 gets updated before the Google Stadia. Maybe Xbox, same thing. It's just, I've seen that happen with a lot of games going PC to console, where the console version's always behind, notably like Diablo 3, a game that I absolutely love and adore. Always going to be behind.
Well, and
several other games are similar, so I wonder if they're going to be equal.
Like, that game to me always seemed like it's a PC game first, and only came to the consoles because Blizzard was like, hey, we can make money by making it a console game.
Well, absolutely.
Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Absolutely,
like, hey,
was a money grab.
PC's our baby, but we can throw it on consoles.
Don't you guys have cell
money.
phones?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Don't you guys have cell phones?
Yeah.
Fuck that press
I just use it as one example, but there's a lot of games that are similar. Dungeon Defenders 2, I believe, went over and was a PC game originally, but it was just so loved that they're like, hey, we can add this over here. We can make this functional. And that's my thing, is as long as it's treated as an equal by developers, then I'm all in on this. This is awesome.
For me, I look at it, and this is not going to be, obviously it's not going to be practical for everybody. Like, if you're the person that owns an Xbox, owns a PlayStation, and you only play at home, like let's say Mark Webber. Yeah. He only plays at home. When he goes out, he plays balls on his phone. Yep. For that person, it's like, all right, I'm not going to need the Stadia because I only play at home and I don't care if I can play it outside. The real people that are grabbing it are the ones that want to play. Like, I think of college students because, hey, while I'm killing time in between classes, I can sit in the cafeteria with my tablet and my controller and just play my game. Like, I don't even need a full laptop. I can sit there, with
if you
the
have a
phone
Pixel,
and the little pop thing, put it down, and boom, I can play Assassin's Creed on that phone.
If I want to be unproductive, I commute to work. I've got 2 hours on a train a day. That would be awesome. And it's funny because I knew people.
Now, that's a data thing. Like,
unlimited data.
I'm just saying, like, some people's plans might be a little different where they don't have the unlimited data.
If you don't have unlimited data in 2019, you're doing something wrong.
I'm not going to judge people.
I'm going to judge. I'm going to tell you that if you're not on unlimited data, why aren't you on unlimited data? It's not inaccessible by any means.
There's some people are different, and
if you're locked in on an old school family plan, no, I'm making this a stand. If you're locked in on an old school family plan, I understand, and you don't want to pay more, fine. But like, in all honesty, there's no excuse to not be on unlimited data.
I'm just saying, let's say you don't have unlimited data, then that might not be an option. And that's another thing too, is the whole data thing. Let's say you don't. That's why, like, college kid at school, I can just bum off of the school's Wi-Fi. Yep. Even if it's something to where, like I mentioned, the person that's like, man, I play my PlayStation, but I'm always on the road for business trips and I'm always in hotels and I don't have the time to play my PlayStation. Now I can. I can continue Assassin's Creed on the Stadia. And even, like, the big thing too is, even if, let's say, the hotel's Wi-Fi is at 10 Mbps, I can still get a good experience on crappy hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that'll kill you cost-wise, though. Yeah. You can't play that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, depends on if it's a one-time thing or if it's depends on how the hotel
A lot of hotels are shitty about that, I'm just saying.
But the thing I look at is, I don't think this is practical for everybody. No. But if they can target the right people, and I do look at exclusives of, like, I'm not talking about a, like, Spider-Man exclusive, but if they can knock down, like, for me, Guilt, is it a huge time exclusive? No. But it caught my interest. That's only going to benefit them of, we know this is the target we're going to hit, and if they can pull a guy like me into it for a month or two to play a really cool exclusive, that's just going to be more money in the pot for them.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome. I'm excited about the release, and
we'll find out in November.
I don't know. I'm not in on the Founders Pack yet, and I feel bad because I'm so hyped about this. But I'm just not in because right now I'm looking at my gaming fall, and it is jam-packed already. So adding another charge may not be in my best interest.
By that time, we're going to have, like, by November, we're going to have WoW Classic, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
And then November 15th is Pokemon.
Pokemon and Death Stranding. I'm just saying, like, those are some big games coming out.
Yeah. No, it is a very busy fall for us. But
I do like that they did the press conference kind of right at the beginning of E3.
Oh, yeah, they kicked it off.
Don't wait for Microsoft. Don't wait for the other play. Like, get your time to shine now before because apparently Microsoft is supposed to be pretty big this week.
Yeah, I'm psyched. I'm excited, and I think they did a really great job. Overall buzz in public seems really good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the people who are doubting it because of the potential connection issues, maybe the graphics, being turned down because of those connection problems, or even the diversity of the library. They really do have a wide spread of games being offered. So kudos to them across the board. The big thing for me is the controller. That's my last question mark because I haven't gotten my hands on one, so I want to get the feel down. It looks like a standard controller.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad to me.
But like I've got a fear. Like, you remember the Mad Cats?
Yeah,
I've got a fear of that. Like, I don't want to have like
that
something that just
it feels like a third-party controller.
Feels wrong in your hands.
Yeah.
The layout's just wrong enough, just tweaked enough to be like, I don't feel good about this. I think we'll be fine though.
The big thing for me that I love about the controller, as I'm gonna hit back a couple times because I'm going to look at it one more time.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing and the reason why I hated the old Xbox controllers were because you had one stick up here, one stick down here. And it's like, no,
these are leveled.
Give me two sticks right in the middle, and that's kind of where they have it. D-pad off to the side. Button layout is pretty similar to every single button layout.
Triggers on tops.
To me, it kind of looks like they were like, let's go with the layout of a PlayStation controller with the smoothness and roundness of an Xbox controller.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned with the undergrips because sometimes when you're playing, like, I need the handles to be a little longer, and these look a little short.
They look like shorter.
Look a little shorter.
Stubby.
Like a big hands. Grips. That's all right. It'll look huge.
Manhandle that.
I would say it'll look tiny in my hands, but whatever. Yeah, enjoy that one.
Some girls say it's a good thing.
I think the other way around. Just saying. But let's get down to Pokemon because this already got weird. So Pokemon Sword and Shield had their Direct, which was awesome.
Way better than last week's.
So much better than last week's. We were all excited about that one. So I think for me, the big takeaway from this event was the visuals of the game, being able to see what it's like to run through the world, being able to see, right into a Pokemon in the tall grass, and then the battles themselves becoming epic.
The raid battles.
Well, there's raid battles, but also the gym battles.
Yeah.
There's dedicated gyms. There's fans in the stadium. And then when it's dynamics, right? Is that what it's called?
It's called, I have it right here.
I can't.
Dynamax.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Takes regular Pokemon and supersizes them, cranking them up to the towering levels of Godzilla and another kaiju.
Yeah, kaijus. It looks awesome. Like in their preview, they had a giant Raichu in there, which looked dope. And all the effects get turned up to 11. Everything looks insane in combat. The visuals really appealed to me. I absolutely love what they're doing with Pokemon. This is one of these things where it's like
I love where you can move the like you're running
the camera
and you can move the camera like to see the world that you're in and have it be that kind of like 3D world that you're walking into.
I was reading through some comment threads and someone's like we're like a year away from like a Zelda version of Pokemon, which is pretty incredible to think about. And I mean, we're not too far away. They're right.
You can just imagine him cutting the tall grass.
It's just cool, man. I think the gameplay is cool. I think this is what's going to force my hand to buy a Nintendo Switch because up to this point, I've admitted there's a lot of games that I would enjoy, but timing wise, I think that I would rather do other things with my time. But watching this get played, Pokemon A hits the nostalgia button. B, visually, it looks really impressive, and C, I think the gameplay is back to really fun again. So. I'm pretty much all in.
Which legendary did you like more? The dog with the shield for a mane or the dog with the sword in its mouth?
Hella disappointed. Honestly, I feel bad saying it out loud. But if you want to think about, like, okay, first off, if you saw on Reddit, like under Pokemon, there's the dog basically looks like a straight rip from Dark Souls. Like there was a wolf in Dark Souls that picked up a sword, and it was all like, oh my god, it's the same damn thing. It just feels lazy. Like dog with sword in mouth versus dog whose mane is a shield. I just feel like it's a little lazy. I feel like it's a cop out. I get Sword and Shield is the game. Sword and Shield was a form of Pokemon. I'm just saying. But like it's not horrible. I'm not like turned off by it, but I just feel like it could be cooler.
Could have been better.
Could have been cooler. I do like the starting Pokemon, and we've known about them for a while now. I'm uber excited to see them continue to unveil the library of Pokemon, but we did see some classics in there, which makes me go...
The Metal Raven.
Yeah.
The Raven out of all metal. I'm like, that's going to be like my new Pidgey.
It's a 7'4" Raven, I'm pretty sure, if I read that description right.
It's going to be that Pokemon that's going to be my flying Pokemon. Just like Pidgey, Pidgeot, and Pidgeotto. I know I said them in the wrong order. How they were my flying Pokemon in the originals.
Yeah, There's also Wolo, which is a sheep, which is goddamn adorable.
Yep.
I think, and then everybody's just memeing that to death right now. But
the sheeps.
Yeah. Wolo.
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
It's awesome. It looks absolutely awesome. And everybody's complaining because, Mareep the sheep was the OG cute sheep. Yeah. And now he's been replaced by an even bigger, fluffier sheep.
I saw one artist that put both of them together and kind of made them a cute couple. So it's like, hey, you know what? They can get along.
Fair enough.
The thing that I wonder, and you can correct me if maybe we saw this in the direct and I missed it, but like there was a part where like, oh, I'm running and you see like the Nidoking walking also. Did they say you could run up to the Pokemon and interact with that one? Like, hey, I don't have to wait and walk around this tall grass until I get an encounter. Right. I can walk up to that Pokemon and would that still trigger an encounter?
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so because it looked like in the tall grass you could see some Pokemon, and I assume that's how you interact with them. I don't think it's just going to be randomly dancing in the grass all the time, but yeah.
Because remember that run. Yes, I finally got one.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just another Caterpie.
Bit ridiculous. But yeah, no, I think this is honestly one of the most polished looking games we've seen in a long time from them. And it feels like a game changer. I don't know if it's just me, but
it's completely changing the Pokemon landscape.
It's a big step from Gen 7 to Gen 8.
Yeah, it's completely changing the Pokemon landscape completely because like of how different it looks from every other game that we've had, and we've always been wondering when are we going to get that first one on the Switch.
Yep.
When's that one going to come? And this is, in my opinion, has been like, all right, I can be happy to say that this is going to be our first experience with Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. That's not Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, it's legit. By the way, it is Corviknight was your giant bird, the metal-looking bird, who is basically a taxi driver out there. That's what they're calling him. There is just so much about this game that looks so good. I think the gyms look great. I think the combat system looks good. I think the actual graphics in combat looks good. Really, the only thing to me down that I have questions about now is the legendary and then like the map, because it's like, okay, I see the map. I wonder how big to scale it's going to be because the scale in the game looked insane at times when they were spiraling the camera around to kind of show off their free view camera. At times it looked like it would go on for days and days, which really intrigues me because I feel like that kind of exploratory Pokemon feel would be awesome versus the more linear gameplay.
Like, here is your path. Let's go through it.
So I'm really excited about seeing that come out. But no, I think it is uber positive.
How smart of a decision do you think it is for them to have the double pack? Because
it's great for families, and it is a kid game, and the average household family.
There's even
kids,
part of me that's like, hey,
kids.
You know what? Like, if there's exclusives in one game that, like, because Pokemon always has it, where it's like, hey, this select Pokemon you can't collect in this one, you can collect in this one.
Are you gonna buy them both?
I might just buy the double pack and play whichever one I want.
But why couldn't we share the double pack?
I mean, we technically could. If you want to do that, we could. But also, it gives me a choice of like, there's not one legendary I like over the other. I'm kind of leaning towards Shield. Do they confirm
it's specific to you, to one versus the other?
I have not heard anything. Okay. I'm just assuming like with every other game.
We'll see.
Where it's usually like, for example, Ruby and Sapphire. Right. You have
that's pretty old at this point,
one and the other. Where
So you can trade.
because like the original
Yeah. Red, blue.
Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno were in both of them, I believe.
We're in red and blue, yes.
And then it was gold and silver,
But
which
in red,
had the
red and blue, the legendaries weren't separate until
gold and silver is when we had Ho-Oh and Lugia, and they split them up.
Right, but even for the regular ones, there was a couple that were only available in red, only a couple available in blue.
Like I think it was Ekans you can only get in red.
Right, and Rapidash was
Yep.
in red as well, not in blue, and then blue I think I can't even recall anymore.
We could totally do that, Dave. We can get the double pack, and I'm leaning Shield, but like if you really wanted Shield, I wouldn't be like a...
I'm thinking about buying it. I think it's a great move by them. Marketing-wise, I'm sure the resale value is going to be hilarious for it. Even if they don't include anything else special in the package, even if it's just a double pack, people want to own it. But I think family-wise, it's perfect because it's a family game.
How many of the Pokemons that, like, I had red, then I bought blue later on. Like,
really?
I beat red, but I want to catch these and then trade them over to main game, like... if you got two
that's
at the
what
time,
friends are for.
You had 2 Game Boys, and like you connect the Game Boys yourself. And...
That's what friends are for, Ricky. I'm sorry to tell you this 20 years later.
What if you don't have any friends, Dave? What if you're one of them?
Pokemon thought of that for raids. Do you like that? Yeah. The fact that they're like, hey, look, if you don't have friends online to play a raid, we can drop 3 AI players in there to help you raid the giant Dynamax
so
Pokemon.
So you don't have to miss out on it.
Exactly. I think it's awesome. And then the fact that, like, once you're in there fighting him, you can make one of yours and one of your friends. Basically, it's like you guys have to decide strategy-wise, like, who's getting the big boy?
Dynamax?
Who wants the big boy up here? Which is awesome. And then you all get a chance to catch him.
Yeah.
You all get a chance to catch the Pokemon that you defeat in that raid.
That's the big one, because I know there'd be arguments of like, no, fuck you, this is mine.
I want that. Yeah. So
this Gyarados is mine. You can screw off.
Looks so good. So I'm intrigued on that. And then also the big question, my last big question about Pokemon right now is what Pokemon groupings are we going to not see in the game? Because we saw Gen 1, we saw the most recent Gen, and we saw one in between. I think I saw a Tyranitar in one of them. And I'm like, okay, so are we getting like everything? Because if we get the entire library of Pokemon, fucking mic drop.
Well,
that's awesome.
Here's what I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be something like, I think this was... No. I think this was Gold and Silver that did this. Yeah. If I'm going way back to Gold and Silver, where it was, all right, you go through the new region with the new Pokemon. Yeah, I think it was Ruby and Sapphire, because I think that was the beginning of the next gen, because I think Gold and Silver, I don't know. Pokemon's been around my entire life. I lose track. But basically, you went around the new region. Then it's like, okay, now you get to go back to the old region. I wonder if it's going to be after we go through this brand new region and you beat the main guy at the end,
there's multiple
Leon,
regions for sure.
I wonder if it's going to be like, hey, now you have access to every single
I almost wonder if it's like you have to, beat one to get to the next, and it's just a chain all the way up to like level 100.
Yeah.
It'd be insane.
Because we did get introduced Leon, the guy with the
undefeated Charizard.
Like, he is the...
Yeah.
It's all about these Charizard. Detective Pikachu.
I was going to say, Charizard's just the official Banff Pokemon. Like, that is the make a statement. Because in the cartoon, who was the coolest Pokemon?
Charizard.
Outside of Squirrel Squad with sunglasses, it was Charizard.
Charizard was also like, yeah, fuck you. I'm going to do it when I want to do it.
You don't have enough badges to control me?
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Basically.
I loved it.
That Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle Squad with sunglasses still holds the title, but like without sunglasses, it's Charizard.
No.
So I love it. I think that you're right. Leon, I like the charisma around his character, the cape,
of course his name is Leon, too.
Yeah.
Like,
his little brother's named Hop, right? It's Hop?
I think so.
Like, that was dumb, but whatever.
Well, when your brother's Leon, man, you don't get a cool name.
Here's the thing. So the whole story is that he's your rival, Leon's little brother. Leon, the story is he's undefeated in Pokemon battles. So wouldn't it be fun if the game fucking rigged it? So his little brother beat you every rival battle up until like the final, Pokemon gym setup, and it's like, okay, so you get there, and he's trying to beat his brother. He's following his brother's footsteps, and you're like, I'm gonna take you down. Fine, I'm gonna get you this time.
I have now amassed a Pokemon lineup strong enough to defeat you.
And like, I want the other ones to be like fluky, hilarious, like critical hits, and just you going down to like super effectives,
or like just a fact of like blatant cheating on his part.
Yeah, I guess storyline development for these characters, that would make me believe so much more, because that is the thing. It's like,
because it's like he wants to be like his brother, but he knows he's not good enough, so he's got to cheat to do it. And then you're basically like at the end now.
So the question is it he knocks off his brother to be the No, I wouldn't want it. No, I want to go through him to beat his brother.
Bingo.
I want to
Leon's got to be the last.
I'm gonna knock off Hop, and I'm gonna take out Leon, beat them both in one day.
Leon's got to be the last one.
I want story building for characters, like character building, backgrounds, like that. That makes me believe in the game more.
It's like the thing I put in the Discord channel for MVP.
Yeah.
It was from the iCarly episode where it's like, what are you two? It's like the Elite Eight.
Sorry.
What are you doing? And it's him with the ostrich in the elevator.
Yep.
And it's like, my level 100 Mewtwo. A smoothie? It's like, what do you got there? A smoothie? Just ignore my level 100 Mewtwo over here.
Absolutely.
That's going to kick your ass.
So, all in on this game. I mean, it's Pokemon. It's new gen, new graphics, new story, new everything. Potentially all the old stuff could be included.
This fall, like RIP. Yeah. RIP this fall for me, because time is just going to get murdered.
Oh my God. There's not enough hours in the day, you know?
WoW Classic, Death Stranding, Call of Duty, Borderlands 3, Pokemans.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ.
And that's just some of them.
Yeah, this fall's going to be great.
Watch, this weekend, there's going to be more announcements of games coming out this fall.
Dude, we haven't even talked about some of the stuff I've already seen leaks for.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in one of the live streams, maybe, our next episode. But any final thoughts on the Stadia or on Pokemon?
Here, this is how I want to end it, because I know we didn't do a full podcast for this.
Yeah.
And I know you already brought up leaks that you've seen.
Yep.
I have not seen any leaks.
Yep.
So the thing I just want to do is, if you had to give, it could either be a bold prediction or it could be a big prediction. What would be your one big, bold prediction for E3 this weekend?
I literally can't think of anything, because I just want to say something about Blizzard.
Okay.
And I won't give it away.
Because mine's going to be
good.
Marvel Avengers.
Oh.
That it is going to be a...
You think that's the winner?
Terms of service. Like, it is going to... They're going to just drop it on the table, and it's going to be like a Destiny-style Avengers game.
Whoa.
Like, terms of service, you get to play with your friends. They have a
Why do you keep saying
story.
terms of service? Am I missing on something?
Because, basically what I mean by that is... the season pass stuff, not season pass, but like it's an online universe that gets updated.
Okay.
So like Destiny is technically terms of service. Division 2 is terms of service. Compared to like Spider-Man, which was just a single player game. Like it's going to be like the Division, like Destiny.
I don't think I've ever heard that
Marvel
as a term, but okay. Interesting. Yeah. No, I would love if that game was great. I'm going to hold my breath, though, because I've been disappointed by previous iterations of, superhero games on trying to be created, whether it's via Steam.
I think that's going to be
gaming platforms.
The last thing that's going
to... For multiplayer games.
That's going to close out the Square Enix press conference on Monday night. And it's just going to be like the...
Final Fantasy, yo.
It's just going to be the oh shit moment.
No, Final Fantasy.
I don't know.
If we're hitting a big dick swinging contest.
What if this is the case? What if this is the case?
Yeah.
So they end it with Final Fantasy, right?
You have to.
And then, all right, goodbye, everybody. And they start to leave. And everyone goes, what the fuck? We have not seen anything on Avengers. They lied to us. And then they come back out and go, oh, wait, before we leave... here you go. And all we get is a fucking epic trailer for Marvel's Avengers. And that's all. They don't talk about it. They just give us an epic trailer.
Boo. I want details. I want a release date. You can't just give me a trailer and tease me like that.
Because here's the thing. The only thing after Square Enix is Nintendo the next day.
Okay, the only thing after them.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like, think about Nintendo last year.
They do all their shit. Yeah.
Nintendo's in their own little pile. Like, right. I think last year the biggest thing I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, is that space game that I can't remember, like Star Force or something.
It was one with Star Fox in it.
Yeah, basically,
it was a cool game.
You can now play as Star Fox in it. Like, that was the only thing where I'm like, okay.
There was some really cool stuff in that, and actually I like the idea of having the little...
I think they did release, like, hey, we're coming up with a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
That probably was the most important
There was a lot of stuff that came down, man. It's hard to remember last year. But that'll do it for this episode.
Except for the PlayStation one of, okay, now we're in this location. Now we got this guy playing the pan flute before the samurai game.
That's pretty cool. And Sekiro Shadows Die Twice killed it. Awesome game release. But I'm excited for this year. I can't wait to start watching E3 with you, buddy. And I hope you guys join us on Twitch TV to check that shit out with us. Live commentary coming to you from your best guys, Ricky Widmer, Dave Oster. We'll catch you on Twitch.